These are my shoes. Now, I've been wearing these shoes nearly every day for about 2.5 years now. So as you can assume, they've got some wear. Just take a look at those holes, dude. They're freaking huge. Now, there's multiple ways to fix these, but there's something I've been wanting to try for a long time now. And that's with this. This is my brand new A1 mini 3D printer from Bambu Labs. By the way, guys, the video is not sponsored. I just bought this myself because I thought it was really cool. Now, ever since I got this, I've been wondering, can a 3D printer fix my shoes? Now, some of you guys may be wondering, Josh, how are you gonna print something comfortable for your shoe when the printer prints hard stuff like this? Well, let me introduce you to TPU. TPU, also known as thermoplastic polyurethane, is a flexible type of filament that is able to stretch and bend, kind of like this. Now that allows you to print things like this that are able to squish down. Now, which I believe would be a perfect material to use in the sole of my shoe here. Now there's only one way to know for sure if this is gonna work, and that's to do it. So let's get into it. Now there's probably multiple ways to do this. However, I only know of one that I think is probably gonna work, so we're just gonna have to hope and pray here. And that's to take a 3D scan of the shoe using an app like Polycam or something like that, and putting the shoe into a program like Tinkercad, which is a basic CAD program. I should be able to cut out a precise piece that will be able to fit in the model perfectly, which we will then use silicone to put around the edges, making sure that the piece stays in place. Now, like I said, I don't know if this is gonna work. Hopefully it does, so let's give it a try. Alright guys, as you just saw, the first shoe went by pretty easily, not too many problems. It was actually way easier than I thought. The second shoe, this is where the problems started to come in. I first of all got a scan that was too big to fit in the actual Tinkercad program. And by too big, I mean the file size was too big. And so my solution to this was to search up like an STL file downgrader website or something like that, so I can drop the resolution a little bit. And I found one, however, it did not work and it kind of sucked. So my first thought was, I know a little bit about coding, and I saw this new app called Cursor AI, which is like a coding co-pilot. And so I was thinking, oh, well, I can probably code an STL file resolution downgrader or whatever. And so that's what I tried doing. I ended up spending like 3 or 4 hours working on it, and let's just say it did not work. I'm not that good enough yet at coding, and so yeah, that was total waste of time. And afterwards, I just thought, well, how about I just try to take a rescan of the shoe, but not make the file size so big. So like, try not to get a bunch of other stuff in the surrounding. And so that's what I did. I ended up taking several scans of the shoe because they just weren't good enough in the resolution. And so I was like, well, dang, this is kind of tricky here. And so I ended up rigging this system to my light up there, and it was able to hang the shoe down. And I got a full 3D scan of the shoe, which actually was way better than the first scan of the first shoe. So we threw that into Tinkercad and we cut out the custom part that we needed, and it ended up working pretty good. So now we're on to 3D printing. All right, guys, so we got everything ready in the slicer now, so it's ready to go to the 3D printer. However, we need to switch out from this PLA to the TPU, so let's do that. All right, guys, we got the TPU loaded in now. Now I'm gonna go clean the bed real quick, and then we're gonna be able to actually start printing this thing, so let's do that. All right, guys, we got a clean plate right here. Put that on there. Let's look at our slicer, make sure everything here is good. All right, guys, everything in our slicer looks good. I chose a infill that should be kind of like squishy, I'm thinking. I didn't infill it a lot because I want there to be a lot of air between the, between there, so it's like actually comfortable and stuff. Yeah, so let's send this to the printer. All right, guys, the printer's got the files now, so let's cue the time lapse. All right, guys. So they got done here. We're gonna pull these off. These look a little bit bigger than what I was thinking. So this is the big hole and this is supposed to be the big piece. I think it might be a little bit taller and maybe not wide enough. So we might have to reprint these, but let's check it out here. Oh dang, they're really stuck on. I don't want to damage the bed, guys, but looks like we might be able to get that one off. Okay, there we go. Sick, we got one. It is kind of squishy. Okay, jeez. There's our big piece, guys. You can see it's squishing right there, and you gotta imagine like your whole body weight's gonna be on that, so I think that's gonna be pretty good, but let's see if it fits. Okay, so it's supposed to fit like that. However, oh heck, if you do that, it fits. Now what we're gonna do is when we get these things right, we're gonna put silicone in there first, and then push these in. That way when the shoe flexes like this, it shouldn't fall out, you know what I mean? I think we might need just to shrink it down just a tad, because see what I'm doing is I'm pushing it up and my foot's actually right here. So we might need to shrink that down just a tad, but dude, that's crazy. Let's try the small one here. So this is a small one. This is the other shoe. Now we gotta probably trim up these edges here, which we can do right now, as a matter of fact. Where's my, cause see, like you don't need all that. So we're just gonna clip that off. And that shouldn't really screw anything up, I don't think. Now that should fit in there just a little bit better, yeah. So it fits in, dude, that's crazy. Like I said, a little bit big. We might have to shrink it down just a tad, but there is no traction on this. This is so flat. As you can see, there's like traction on these things. So what I might do is drop it down a little bit and then add some traction on there. I'm not sure how well it'll stick to the bed though. Oh, dude, immediately feels way better than having nothing there. Okay, well that one's not staying in, but this one is. That's actually working, kinda. All right, so let's shrink this down just a hair. Let's get that made real quick. All right, guys, they just got done now. It took an hour, but this is what they look like. There's quite a bit of stringing on this one, but I ended up just taking like 6 millimeters off the bottom base part, so now we don't have such a large base, and hopefully it fits in the shoe better. So here's the old small one, and then here's the new one. As you can see, it's just the base that's gone. Let's see how they fit in the shoe. All right. Now, as you guys can see, there is a lot of space around it, which that's exactly what we want, because we want the silicone to be in there. That's really good. I didn't add any traction parts on these, which is all right, I guess. But let's see how the small one fits in here. Ooh, okay, that one has quite a bit more space, so we're gonna have to fill that one in with a lot more silicone. All right, the small one is too small to fit on my foot, or like stay in the shoe while it's on my foot, but the large one staying in there just fine. Now you gotta think the shoe is gonna flex there like that when you walk, and so hopefully that silicone will kind of flex with it and keep it in there. That offers some more protection than just silicone and also just nothing there. So that's a pretty big upgrade to me. There's like a hole in here. Let me bring it up to the desk. So I can actually just pop that out. So yeah, we're gonna have to put some cardboard in right here, but dude, that is so sick. I could have printed it in white, but I was thinking the red would stand out and you'd see it more better. Shoes right now, they're as clean as I can get them. They're like turning yellow, so this here probably as clean as we're gonna get it without damaging it too much, you know what I mean? Yeah, so let's go get some silicone. All right, guys, so we got them sitting right here. It's kind of hard to see, but there is silicone in there. Same with that one, but these are just gonna sit here and dry overnight. Yeah, we'll check them in the morning. So I'll see you guys then.
Tomorrow.
All right, guys, it's the next day and we got both the shoes right here. They're actually looking really good, way better than I was thinking. That's what they look like. You can see the silicone has dried in them. Here, I'll just touch them for you there. But yeah, so that's good. Also, you can see here, if you bend the shoe, it's like kind of stretching, which that's exactly what we want. We don't want it to tear out. Now that we got the shoes made, we got to actually test them. So we got one big test today. Let's put these on though. I want to try them out. Dude, feel like a brand new shoe, man. Like, holy crap. Let's take a look at that. Oh yeah. Dude, they don't feel bad at all. They feel really good actually. You can definitely tell there is a difference between the foam and the stuff, but it's not like a big difference. So we're gonna take these on 3 different tests and we're gonna see if they survive or what's the deal here, how they handle it. Yeah, let's go to the first test. All right guys, we're up here in the forest right now and we're gonna be testing the shoes out here. You guys can probably hear a chainsaw going on. It's because we're getting firewood, and so I was thinking, oh, this would be the perfect test to test out the shoes since the terrain and stuff like that is pretty rugged. But yeah, so let's get into it. All right guys, so basically I gotta wait down here and then I gotta put wood inside the things. The terrain's not too rugged down here, but I will be walking around up there just to test them out. Obviously, this is not the best place to test them right here, but just gotta do what you gotta do, so. This is the shoe with the big thing on it. Got a little bit of mud, but dude, it's holding up. Looks like maybe the silicone's starting to peel off, but it is holding on way better than I was thinking. There's that shot. What's up guys? We're back out here in the forest. Let me show you guys what I'm doing today. And today's pretty like crazy and hard on the shoes, so it should be a pretty good test. But yeah, so let's do that. Okay guys, it's actually the next day and we actually went back up in the woods today, but I didn't film anything. So these shoes here have had 3 days of hardcore mountainous terrain testing, and here's the results. So first of all, the small filling I made here had fallen out, and luckily it fell out while I was at the house here, and so yeah, that kind of sucks. So you can see it's falling out there. But the big one is actually still in, and looks like it's got tree sap stuck on it, and so like there's a bunch of dirt and things, but you can see it's like it's kind of coming out too. And yeah, so the top's doing better, but the bottom's still, you know, kind of loose. But surprisingly, it's still in even after 3 days of like hardcore walking in the forest and crap and stepping on trees and sticks and stuff like that. And so yeah, that's actually pretty surprising. I was thinking this was going to probably fall out first, but due to it being so big, but surprisingly it didn't. But yeah, anyways, if we go back to the question I asked at the beginning of the video, can a 3D printer fix my shoe? I'm going to have to say, for me, probably no. That's for several reasons. One, because I usually take my shoes and like I don't live in an area where there's a bunch of like pavement and stuff like that, and so I'm usually out in the dirt, the sticks and stuff like that, and so like this is a great example. It would not hold up too good, but for somebody who's walking around the city or whatever, just, you know, day to day walking to school or something like that, it'd probably work. And I feel like I could probably get this to be even better with a few like tweaks on adding a little bit more stuff in certain places. But yeah, that's gonna have to come in a future video. So yeah, going back to the question at the beginning of the video, can a 3D printer fix my shoe? For me, I'm just gonna have to say no. But for you guys, it probably could. There's of course, you know, this is not the only type of problem people's shoes have. Other people have, you know, different types of problems with their shoes. But yeah, so it could be used way differently. But for me, this is what I had a problem with my shoes, and I wanted to see if I could fix it. So yeah, I know there's multiple ways to probably do this. If you guys know any, leave them in the comments below. If you know any 3D printing ways, I know there's ways to fix your shoe otherwise, but yeah, if you guys know any cool 3D printing tricks or something like that, just let me know in the comments below. With that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye!